Okay. Good evening, sir. Can you hear me? Good evening, can you hear me? I cannot hear you. Okay, you can hear me. No, sir, I cannot hear you. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh, welcome back. I hear you're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening. No, I think it's my camera first. So I just got off a meeting now. So I'm
Okay.
thinking my camera is not coming up.
All right.
Let me just close everything. No, just give me 1 minute. There's so many things
Okay.
open on my system.
All right, sir. No problem. Did you do that? Oh, yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Right. Can you see me?
No, I cannot. The camera hasn't loaded up yet. Oh, yes, I can. Yes, I can see you. Okay, please give me a second. Let me put this on the live stream.
Okay.
Okay, so good evening, sir. Good evening, JCI Ambassador Olutunmbi Banto. Please, if I mispronounce your name, please correct me. I am not the best at pronouncing
Like
Yoruba name.
what?
I said, good evening, sir. Good evening. And if I
Good
mispronounce your
evening.
name, please correct me. I am not the best at pronouncing Yoruba names, especially ones I'm not familiar with. Okay, so this welcome to Exhibit A. This is Exhibit A. It's in Exhibit A, in law actually. Exhibit A is the primary definitive piece of evidence that's used to prove a point. So in our organization, JCI Unilag, our alumni are our evidence. So the professional impact, their leadership, and their visible success are the definitive proof of the transformative power of the JCI Unilag experience. And you are our first interviewee, our first guest for those who are watching on YouTube right now. This is our national editor and the 2026 National Vice President elect for JCI Nigeria, JCI Ambassador Olutunmbi Banto. We are incredibly honored to welcome you to the show, and we're incredibly happy that you are our first person. I am, because I was looking forward to having you, honestly. So, yeah. Um, for those who are watching, I'll give a quick bio of our interview of JCI of the ambassador. So JCI Ambassador Olutunmbi Banto is a software engineering manager, IT consultant, and certified AWS Cloud Developer. As the co-founder and the CTO of fintech startup SpeedPay, he drives fintech innovation, powering payment solutions for SMEs, while also leading Cloudsphere Technologies, an IT consulting firm delivering outstanding solutions to businesses. With experience at NairaBox and AXA Mansard, that's so cool, Tumbi excels in building scalable solutions, leading remote teams across regions, and aligning technology with business goals. Passionate about mentorship, he has trained young developers for over 6 years at Andela and Grange. He recently revamped his business, Cloudsphere Technologies, to an AI agency, providing AI and automation services to business and individuals to save time, scale faster, and generate more income. JCI Ambassador Tumbi Banto is the Charter President of JCI Continental Lagos, and currently serves as the national editor for JCI Nigeria. He is the 2026 National Vice President elect, Northeast D1 of JCI Nigeria. Ironically, I was actually going to ask you which district you were assigned to, but that has answered it for me. Okay. All right. So we'll be getting into the questions, starting off with a little warm up. I have a bit of heat, but it's nothing you cannot handle, sir. So, first of all, congratulations on becoming National Vice President elect for JCI Nigeria once again. I know you've had a lot and lots of times since the national convention, but I want to just congratulate you once again. What is the single biggest challenge you are currently solving as CEO of Cloudsphere that you believe has most prepared you for the MVP role?
Okay, the biggest challenge that I've been facing at my company relating it to JCI, I think it's about the innovative landscape. It's it used to be working with people, but because I've transferred to engineering manager. I used to be software developer, but now I manage developers. So over the years, that's become easier to manage people, young people. But now it's innovation, the speed of innovation. If you look at JCI critically, you realize that things are changing. There are so many modifications and advancements, and that speed is what we need to catch up with. And people like us need to learn more things, be at the forefront of knowledge. There are so many documents you need to read and learn, pass on this knowledge. And secondly, is also ensuring that you carry the vision to every single person. Because as a leader, you feel that, yes, I know this thing. People that are working with me should think this way. But by the time you ask them questions, you realize that no, they don't have that knowledge enough, they don't have that energy enough, they're not carrying it enough. So you need to constantly communicate your vision to them continually, regularly. So I mean that's one of the challenges. I think we are scaling little by little.
That's so real. As editor in chief, I also have that same struggle. It's like, oh, I know this, everybody should think this, and I have to now explain and write documents and send VNs just so we can all be on the same page. So I fully agree with that. Okay, on to the next question. You've not only led teams, but you've also built them from scratch. In looking you up, I found out you were a charter president, and I was like, oh, what does that mean? And I realized that meant you literally founded JCI Continental Eagles, a whole LO. So how does that foundational experience starting an LO influence the way you approach launching and leading teams in your corporate roles today?
How does it affect what?
How does it influence the way you approach launching and leading teams in your corporate roles today?
Okay, I think founding Continental Lagos was one of the challenges that I faced because the way Continental was founded. So usually new local organizations are founded from existing local organizations, where the local organization that is existing says they want to extend to another location and have another branch per se, have an extension. But Continental Lagos was formed based on different foundations. First, we noticed that the people who had left the collegiate sector who didn't find their feet in any city local organization. So they were just there. They didn't join GCI when they left school. And we also noticed that the technology had advanced so much. Um, Now is the age of tech. Some LOs that we found are not adopting tech. So we're adopting tech approach. And one of the challenge was getting individuals of like minds to carry that vision, the initial vision. I mean, some of them have been out of GCI for 5 years, 10 years, and we have to bring them back in. And the 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 learning that I got from that is find the right team to start with. The right team to start with. Going back to the initial point of communicating the vision, if the right team understand your point, understand your vision, understand what you want to do, and they buy into it, you don't step in as a leader, you step in as a collaborator. We're all working together to make this succeed. And once you have that, your first frontline vision carrier, I think it will be easier going forward and influencing other people, getting new people. And you can now have a structure of when you're bringing in new people into the team, these are the processes they follow. These are what we are looking out for. Our breed is different. So this new thing is different. This new thing we want to start is different. So we are not just bringing anybody. Let's screen them in this, in this, in this, in this, which could be different from another person. And also the final one is that sometimes when you are starting things that have not been done before, it's quite challenging. You have to be disruptive. We started out to be disruptive, but still maintain the values of the organization. And it happens everywhere, whether in GCI organization or in corporate organizations. You have to maintain the values, but still kind of be disruptive and follow the innovative trend that's ongoing.
That's absolutely fair. That starting with the right team, starting with the right first team is so true because that can really make or break the entire project, especially when you're just doing something that's entirely new. So,
Yeah.
as a person who has kept growing and getting better, now see, before I even finish this question, I think I need you to understand where you're coming from because you've done a lot. Okay, so I'm just going to give a quick rundown of your history. I saw it on your Instagram page. In 2011, you were the convention committee member.
Yeah.
Then from 2011 to 2012, he served as the director of conventions, travels, and tours at JCI Unilag. The following year, you then became EVP. Then, about 9, 10 years from then, you then founded JCI Continental Lagos. You were also the
Yes.
Southern Conference team lead on games, and you served as the IPP for JCI Continental Lagos in 2023. Then in 2024, I found this. So can you hear me?
Okay, you're back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
can
I
hear
am.
you.
Okay, 1 second, please. I want to ensure that the stream hasn't died. Okay, the stream is still up, I believe. All right. So
Right.
you've done all these things. You've had all these roles. You've grown from a regular member in a collegiate LO to being national VP and maybe the EVP and then the president someday. Well, we're looking forward to seeing your trajectory.
Yes.
But you've done all these things. So as someone who has kept growing and getting better, what keeps you motivated to serve and to do more?
So I think is the impact you see in people. Is when one person, two people, three people can say, yes, I've learned something from this guy. I've grown from this. I gained opportunities by joining this organization. So JCI has a way of getting you ingrained. I mean, there are 4 years of opportunity. I mean, I joined JCI. I mean, I fell in love with the community service, and I did nothing apart from community service. I was everywhere, every project, every outreach. I was there, and that was the ginger right there. I mean, once I'm done with class, I'm out for JCI, right? While in Unilag, and that was what kept me going. And then I fell in love with travel as well. So I just slowed down on community development and went on travel. We're going to different schools and meeting people. I mean, I started out being an introvert, right? Some of my friends, I tell them I'm introvert, and I say, "Nah, you are not," right? Because of how I've grown, how I relate to people nowadays, right?
Mhm.
And it's the fact that when when I was actively doing community service, and we went to give mosquito net to pregnant women of Ilaje. I see their faces lighting up. You see how happy they are that you care for them. I mean, you want to do more. I always want to do more. When I travel and I go to a state I've never been before, and I come back to Lagos, I think to myself, Ilorin is not far now. Ilorin is just there now. I have a friend in Ilorin. I have a friend in Abuja. And I'm thinking to myself, this Nigeria is a very small place. Very, very small. I have friends all over Nigeria. Even if I don't have, I have someone that knows someone somewhere in Nigeria. So I cannot be stranded in Nigeria. I started traveling internationally. The world started becoming a very small place as well. No, no,
Mhm.
Rwanda and Lele. It's not me. Rwanda is just at our backyard here. you know, and this way to do it, get ticket, get your flight ticket, blah,
Mhm.
you're there, can get the
Mhm.
train. So it makes the world quite small. And as you explore more, you, you explore different cultures. I see the way different people do, and I see people getting opportunities as well in JCI. In terms of business, I've worked with
True.
many people in JCI that have given me business projects. I've referred people to jobs, opportunities, and I'm excited. Even recently, 3 weeks ago thereabout, we had a small hangout in JCI Continental Lagos. And 2 days later, someone got a job offer because he met someone at that hangout.
Wow.
I mean, a software development job offer. I mean, when I hear those news, I'm always excited to do more and to give more. Right. So that's one of the things that keeps me going. Right.
That wow. I mean, I've heard that people get job offers in JCI, but me, I've never experienced. I've just been hearing it. But it's really cool. Hearing that, it's really really cool. Okay, so let's rewind. Let's rewind a bit. I'm very curious. Your JCI journey began in 2010 when you joined JCI University of Lagos. 2010, I was in primary school. Just putting
Yes.
in context. So, what attracted you to join JCI in Unilag, like all the way back then? Because I think you were a botany student at Unilag. So I'm just curious, like you saw JCI Unilag, like
Yeah.
what was the attraction?
Okay. So I was in Biobaku Hall. You know Biobaku
Yeah.
Hall. So I had this friend. His name is Dare. That is an extreme extrovert. I mean, dresses casually, goes out every other day, talks a lot, gist, he meets people. Right? So, but on some special days, on some different days, you just see that he just wear suit, tie, talking. That how far? Where are you going? He said, nowhere, nowhere. They come. He's always hurrying. When he's back in the hostel, he's preparing some documents on his laptop, says preparing presentation. You are in 100 level. What are you doing with presentation? And out of curiosity, I was just asking him, and he told me about JCI. I said, okay, really? What are they about? He said, don't worry, just follow me. Let's go to the event. to their meeting. So went to the General Assembly. I got there and I saw everybody. I mean, I'm not a law student, so I'd never seen people dress corporately in a university setting. And everybody was wearing suits, tie, raised up their hands, Mr. President, Madam this, that, taking protocols. I was just sitting at the back and looking what's going on here. And so the president just pointed out to me that new guy, introduce yourself. What? In the midst of people, me, new guy. I did not take protocol. I just said I won't take protocol. I just said no problem. I should just say my name and introduce myself. I just stood up, and that was the first time in a very long time that I would stand up and talk in the midst of people. So I got up, I spoke, and everybody clapped. Oh, really? That's cool. That's cool. After then, people met me. They introduced me to JCI, told me more about it, and out of that curiosity, it's okay, no problem. Let's join. And I just gave my all to it. Yeah, I think that's it's curiosity that made me join. And when I joined, I
Wow.
loved it.
Wow, that's actually cool. Like, okay, another section. Like, how many were you for person to actually like notice a newcomer in the midst? Because now, if anybody new joins the GA, I don't think we'd notice. Besides maybe like the outfits, well, but like I don't think we'd notice honestly. So like, what was the size of JCI Unilag back then?
What was the what?
The size of JCI Unilag, like how big, how small was it?
Uh, I think we're about 50 thereabouts. Around
50. Okay.
50, 45, 57, 60. I mean, I think that range.
Oh, okay. All right then.
Sometimes
Okay.
we are way less, like 35.
Okay. All right, that's fair. That's fair. That sounds really cool. And I found out about JCI through a friend, ironically, who was in ISEC. So, well, I'm in JCI now,
Okay.
anyways. All right. So, question 5.
So,
Think back to a challenging project or failure you experienced at JCI Unilag. What was the core lesson learned that helped you successfully launch or manage a major corporate deployment later in your career?
major failure. Back in Unilag,
Yes, back in JCI Unilag.
mm, let me see. I think it was convention. I think it was when I was convention director.
Mm,
Yes, when we were to plan convention, convention came with a lot of planning, right? And we had different bits. So there are different bits of convention. There's the guests part that will be coming. There's the alumni part of inviting them. There is the speakers part. There's the refreshments part. There is the whole decoration. There's so many parts of it. And I mean, they told us then that every project in JCI has zero financing. I mean, has a budget, but I mean, you have to raise all the money by yourself. So there are different parts,
yeah.
and I had team, and the event was getting very close, and we had nothing to do, right? And I was feeling like what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everyone has planned convention. I think that convention usually run, and I had to run to my president and also team members. What's going on? We've not invited this person. We've not confirmed speakers. We've not done this. We've not done that. And then we had to resort to meeting with our patron then, who helped us get the hall for free. But no, it wasn't for us, cheap for a very affordable rate. He paid for it. So more or less free from the university. And also some of the team members and the president helped me reach out to the alumni. And then, I mean, every other thing just fell in place. Right? And one of the lessons that I learned from there is that it's not over until it's over. I mean, even at the last minute, things will always still fall in place. Just keep pushing, just keep reaching out to people. When you are at the point where you don't have any help anymore, just reach out to people. You definitely get help from someone somewhere, and things will fall in place.
That's that's valid. I wish I could have that. I think I'll learn it eventually, but I feel like if it's not ready now, like everything will scatter. Like it has to be ready now. That's kind of my own mindset. But I do, but looking back, yes, everything ends up working out somehow. So that is fair.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, so back to JCI Live, who were the individuals, be they mentors, teammates, or even leaders, that helped you develop the critical skills necessary to lead your high-performing teams today?
So first is Temita Ajibade. I don't know if you know him. Temita Ajibade is an alumnus of JCI Unilag. He was the president that inducted me.
Oh,
So he
okay.
was very, very instrumental, yeah, to my growth. So anytime we travel, Tayo will always be close to me and telling me this is how this thing is going. I remember asking him, who are they calling senators? Yeah, who are these senators that they're calling? And explain what senatorship is. Oh, really? We'll be pointing some people to me and say that one is the 1990 something president. He was one
Mm-hmm.
that did that. Telling me more about JCI and putting me through. Oh, okay. So one of the knowledge base was, I mean, he passed a lot of knowledge to me back then. And there was a time when I was very active in JCI Unilag, and I got an offer from. We just came back from. We had the collegiate trip. So there was a collegiate trip we had from Nigeria, Ghana, a Ghana trip, road trip. And when we came back, I met with a lot of GCI members from all over other universities, and a lot of people saw some potential in me outside Unilag, and they
Mm-hmm.
made me an offer to become part of the collegiate council. I remember telling him, and he said, "No, see, just take it easy. This JCI is a very long journey. Just take it step by step. Do well in your local organization first, do excellently well before you move out to collegiate council, then to
Mm-hmm.
national. Just take the growth gradually." I think that really helped me a lot. I think I'll just mention a few other people. Dili was the next president. Iba Dili was the next president. Sounds very instrumental. I worked with Bayewumi. Bayewumi is also still active in JCI Unilag. Comes to JCI Unilag. I also worked with Juliet, who ended up being my wife now in JCI Unilag. So when I left um, being convention director, she was the next convention director after me. Um, I worked with David Ekogun too, was very also instrumental. Dari that brought me to JCI was always there, was always there. I mean, those are a couple of people that, and because I went out of Unilag, I went on collegiate trips, went on other trips in JCI. I also met other people. I met Wali Bakari back then when I was in Unilag. I mean, also instrumental guys. There are a couple of them that are still active in JCI.
Oh, that's really sweet. I did see Juliet, like your wife. I saw her when I was looking, but I assumed, wrongfully so, I assumed you were siblings. I have now learned I
Yeah,
was
we look
wrong. I have now learned
a lot of
I
us
was wrong. Okay. Um, we're in section three. We're nearing the end, sort of, though this is number 7. So JCI requires a person or requires you to navigate diverse teams from the LO to the national level. How has learning to navigate those politically sensitive environments prepared you for building partnerships and managing organizational politics?
Okay, so from last point we made, organizational politics. So like I always see GC as a fridge. I always describe it as a fridge
Hmm.
that contains so many things, so many nice things. Nice things. You put nice things in fridge. But the thing about the fridge is that there are things that you like, there are things that you don't like, there are things that you are allergic to.
Hmm.
There's butter, there's jam, there's bread, there's water, there's juice, there's wine, there's alcoholic, non-alcoholic. There's so many things in the fridge, right? And when you open the fridge, you may like butter, you don't like jam. You may like bread. Even the bread you like might just be white bread. You don't like wheat bread. And so just take what you like and what you eat out of the fridge and close the fridge. That's how I see JCI. So there's so many things in JCI that might distract you. They are
Hmm.
nice, they are attractive. But if it's not for you, it's not for you. Just
Hmm.
step away. So I try as much as possible not to involve myself deeply in politics in JCI. And politics is good, right? Some people join JCI for politics. It's a good thing, but personally, I don't like much of the politics. But I mean, I've run for position nationally. I mean, you have to talk to people, convince people, canvass people. It's also politics that you are doing. You have to do, right? You convince them to like you, to vote for you, I mean, to trust you that you lead. Yeah. So that's also part of politics. So just a little mild politics. I mean, I'm cool with that. And so for the navigation, when you're in local organization, you are in local organization. Try to build yourself as much as possible before you move out to collegiate council or national. And because you need to be well grounded, you can't go out there and embarrass yourself. If you embarrass yourself, you're embarrassing your local organization. Even as I am as a national officer, I am representing my local organization. My candidacy was put to national from my local organization, so I'm representing. Anything I do reflects on my local organization. So I have to be grounded in knowledge, I have to be grounded in character and values, right? And also, while in your local organization, try to know your constitution as much as you can. Try to make friends as much as you can. Try to build solid relationships with your people. I mean, I think that's one of the things that I do mostly. Build relationships, have hangouts, do GA after GA. After GA, hangouts, GAs, don't just end GA and then just go home. I mean, just talk about people. If there are some motions you raised at the GA that you feel that some people didn't like, after the GA, just approach them and explain why you did such, I mean, just reach an understanding so you don't hold grudge afterwards. And just have, make sure you have friends. When you leave, while you have one leg out in national or in collegiate council, you're also being a good ambassador. That's one thing I've also done. And also now that since I got into national, I had to intentionally read the national constitution and also compare it with what we have in our local organization and see and tell them, see, these are the way things should be done. Because the way JCI is, if there are matters in your local organization that your constitution does not address, then you have to resort to national constitution to address it. If it's not there, then you have to look for JCI constitution to address it. So I have to intentionally understand the national constitution, JCI Nigeria constitution very, very well, and also guide my local organization. And also not pride myself in the local organization. Oh, I mean, I'm a national person now. You should respect me in this place. I'm not on your level. No, I won't do that. Even as a charter president, I won't tell I'm not the charter president. My rule must stand. No, I don't do that. Just advisory role, advisory behind the scene. I mean, I think we should do this thing this way. I think there's a proper way to do it. Reason with people. I mean, and just find way. I mean, just this is meant to outlive us, and we are humans in JCI. So that's why I navigate those lines.
Heavy on JCI as living us because this thing has existed for years and it's here now and it will be here. Hopefully, it will be here for future generations to be
Exactly.
in and be part of. Okay, so you are both a CEO and the MVP elect. This brings high visibility as one can imagine, and this is a huge statement about the JCI brand because JCI strives for excellence and all the good stuff. So, how important is it for you at this stage to strategically manage your public visibility and influence to achieve your professional or JCI goals?
Okay, so because I run my firm, I run my own business, and I also consult for other companies. There are a lot of learnings that I've learned in JCI that I've brought into my company, and there are a lot of things I'm doing in my company that I've brought into JCI. So I usually find like a blend of it. Um, For instance, JCI, we do strategic planning, we do plan of action. In my organization, I make sure that we do something similar to plan of action at the beginning of every quarter and review it and do review. I mean, when we have like an event or we have like a project in my organization, I just assign someone as a committee chairperson as we do in JCI. I just assign someone and tell the person to just get 2 or 3 people to work as a committee and on that project. So I bring JCI knowledge into it, and I also bring corporates into it, because now JCI needs to run like a business. JCI, you need to make profits. Um, you need to run like a business. Every project needs to, even if you start with zero capital, you need to come out with profit at the end of the day. So I think it's quite easy for me, and because I'm in the tech space in JCI, when I do trainings, I try to do my trainings around tech related. If you call me for something else, I may not respond. But if it's tech related, it's what I do in my business. I'm always ready to train it in JCI. So I just find that blend, just kind of mix it together. When my company is to sponsor JCI, I'll do some things for JCI. I give them discounts, just find a way to just mix it up. I think I don't have any issue with mixing it up. So I find time, I create time off company to work on JCI, and also of JCI to work on my company as well.
That's actually fair. Like, I can see how the skills from both roles are going to relate and how one thing here can help you with the other. Now, this one's a little bit
Yeah.
different, but what does home mean to you when you think of JCI Unilag?
What does home mean to me?
Yes, when you think of JCI Unilag.
I think home in terms of JCI Unilag is a community of friends, community of people that you can share things with outside of JCI related things.
Mm.
People you can call and they're not thinking, is he asking me about update on the project, or is he asking me if you've sent out letters? You're calling
Oh
them for
God.
something else. You're calling them to gist them about your cosmates. So you're telling them to gist them about one shawarma hotspot in New Hall, right?
Mm.
So it's a committee of friends that I can gist about something else, and I think is when you build that in when you meet at general assemblies or you meet at hangouts, that's when you build those relationships. Once you find something that interests someone, and it also interests you, you can also find that leveling ground, right? For instance, if I meet someone in JCI that loves to watch movies, that person is going to be my friend. If there's a new movie that's coming out, I'm going to reach out to you.
Oh my
If
God.
I find the spot to eat, yeah, definitely going to be my friend. Right? So it's just a group of friends that I can meet on the street, and you're not just talking about JCI. Those kind of
Mm.
friends, you can call them at 1 a.m. and ask them about JCI, even though they might think you are calling them to gist them. If they are lagging on a project, how far, guy? You've not done this your report. What's going on? How far are you having a challenge? No, run on together. Okay, let's meet at Lagoon Front. Let us check it. We just put it together now. We just rough out together. That's home for me in this year. Just
Mm.
the friends that I can talk about other things about from this year.
Mm. I need to work on that. I think anybody in JSI, if they see my message or call, they know it's they know it's work related. So I need to I definitely need to work on that.
Yeah,
Okay, so wrap up
yeah.
question. Though we have some function afterwards. Wrap up question. If you could distill your entire journey from being a JCI Unilag member to a high-ranking tech executive and now a member on national board into one piece of advice for our current members, what would the single most important action? What would be the single most important action that they should take right now?
Um, so there are a couple of learnings, a couple of advice, and one of them is what I've said before. Make sure you make friends, don't make enemies, and
Mm,
make sure you imbibe as much learning in yourself as much as possible in yourself. Make sure you build yourself as much as possible. Because JCI takes a lot from you. It takes your time, it takes your money, it takes your
agreed. I know.
mental whatever. You think a lot about JCI every time, right? So you also need to get some value for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If you're someone that doesn't know how to speak in public. Take those challenges little by little. Try and speak in communities, in committees, and in GAs. Try and grow yourself little by little. If you can't write, try and learn how to do that. I mean, imbibe as much knowledge as you can, and also make sure you make friends, don't make enemies.
Yeah, that that's good. Uh, I will keep that in mind personally. All right, the fun part. I'm looking forward to the entire time. We have 3 questions in this lightning round. You can only give quick answers. So, cloud deployment or campus politics, which one is truly more stressful? Is he still here with me? So, can you still hear me? Hmm. Guys, we need to take a quick break. You back? Okay, you're here. Sorry, you're muted.
Okay. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can hear you now. I can hear
I'm
you now.
hearing
Can you
double.
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. All right. So, we were on the point of the interview around the end. It's called a lightning round. So I'll ask like three
Okay.
questions. You answer quickly. Like you don't think further about it. That's the whole point of it. Of it. So the first question, the first question is cloud deployment or campus politics. Which one is truly more stressful?
Camp deployment. NYC camp
No,
or what?
cloud, like the
Cloud.
AWS.
Oh,
So yes,
cloud deployment or what?
campus politics.
Campus politics. More stressful.
Oh my god! I thought you were going to the cloud deployment for sure, but okay. Next one. National editor or engineering manager who has the strictest deadlines?
The strictest deadline.
Mm-hmm.
National editor. Yes.
Really? Wow, okay. And then the last one. If your life were a show, what would the theme song be? I mean, want to just take some recommendation, sha, but
Uh, I don't know so many theme show songs like that.
no, it can be a song you like that you feel fits the theme of your life entirely.
Hmm, that's tough for me to for me. Maybe something else to describe it.
You want to describe it instead of using the song?
Um, yes, yeah, maybe describe it.
Okay, you can describe it then.
So I see it as series of challenges that I feel that I can't do, but I end up doing them
Hmm,
and doing them very well. Yeah. So
that's
there are ups,
fair.
there are downs. There are times you want to scream. There are times you don't want to scream, but you just get it done and you do it very, very well. And people are like, you did it perfectly well. You'll be like, really? I did? Oh, okay. Okay.
That's ultimately relatable. Like this entire live stream setup, you should have seen me earlier today. I was just calling on my friends and being like, "Please join the live stream. Is that you
Uh,
hearing sound? Is the video okay?" I understand. I really relate to that. So yeah, that
Yeah.
brings us to the end of the interview. Thank you very much, JCI Ambassador Olutunmbi Banto, for being
Thank
here for us to interview you. We really appreciate it. Thank you very, very much, and have a wonderful evening.
thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.